We're here with Terje Klovas from Telenor. Terje, can you tell us how easy is it to bring procurement into shared services, and what are the biggest obstacles you're likely to encounter on the way?
Well, I think it's about structure. First and foremost, you have to structure your process so that you have a streamlined and integrated process between the procurement side on one hand and the finance on the other, because they are very, very close linked together. So get your process right first, and when the process is settled and communicated to the organization, then it is time to move into the shared service center.
Where does procurement fit into the shared services model? What are the advantages that businesses should consider?
Obviously, because of the very tight links you have to finance. Because what is really the difference of why are invoices treated by the finance people and the other part of the procurement process is treated by the procurement department? There's no really good reason for that. You have to link it together so that you're doing everything in one process. Okay, we can talk about purchase to pay, we can talk about call-off to payment or sourcing to payment, but whatever you choose and whatever you choose to put the boundaries, this is processes that are very, very closely linked together with one another.
In your presentation, you spoke a little bit about accountability and establishing and maintaining clear governance. Can you tell us a little bit more about this?
Yes. Well, obviously this is about money. And when you're dealing with money, governance is quite a good principle to have. And when you are limiting the number of suppliers, you have a limitation on the number of channels, and you will get a very good governance and oversight of the processes that you have, so that you will always see when something is going wrong or something is done in a different way. So that's why link the processes together, streamline the processes, and that gives you the governance.
You also spoke about keeping your workforce engaged. How have you managed this, and why is it still so important?
Because people, the good, really good people, they are moving faster and faster from employer to employer. And if you look at the next generation coming up, they are natives, so to speak, when it comes to internet and how your solutions are and so on. And if they are looking into our ERP systems, Oracle, SAP, whatever you have, in their eyes, this is difficult to work with. It is not up to date for them, so you need to do something with your technology. You need to do something with the way you treat people. You need to give them interesting tasks, for instance, projects, make them work on different sites. If you have a global organization, give them something to grow with and learn, and not only hard cash, so that you create tight bonds between the company and the people that you want to keep. So this is, I think it's very, very important.
You've targeted purchase to pay cycle time in particular. Why did you choose this, and what are the advantages?
Well, I think we have gone quite a way down that road, and you can reduce the cycle time significantly for, let's say, 70 to 90% of all call-offs and purchases that you have. And if you have good records on the jobs and the research you have done before, then you can pick it up again. You know which suppliers in that region that can help you with that, because you have it on a record, and you can search and find them again. That is very time-saving, and the process itself is time-saving when it's streamlined. So, and you are paying on time, you are paying the right suppliers, and you are paying the right amounts, you have the right prices, because you have a link back to the contract with the supplier. So I think in percentage it's very difficult to say how much and so on, but significantly you can improve your process significantly, and the cycle time can be reduced significantly.
How close do you think you've come to establishing the perfect procurement shared services model? Can you see a lot of savings in the future?
Oh yes, indeed. Why should we receive invoices, for instance? I mean, if you have a contract, if you have a catalog, if you have some sort of record, you know what you are going to pay and you know what you have ordered. So why don't send a reference to the supplier and the money on the day that you have agreed upon? That's one way of doing it. Service, if you look at the service element where you are buying consultancy and so on, you can see a lot of things you can do there too. For instance, having timesheet systems linked up to iProcurement systems so that you get them to register their time spent into your system, and then you accept the timesheet, and then you send the money for that exact number of hours, for instance. So there are a lot of things we still can do, of course, and some bright heads will find up new things that we don't even know today, but I think that we have still a way to go, because if we sit back and relax, then somebody runs straight ahead and will pass us very, very fast. So we have to look for what we know and what we don't know yet.
Terje Klovas from Telenor, thank you very much for your time.